Hey everybody, it's Doug Shelf with the Make Maine Your Home team over at Remax Oceanside. If you're dreaming about moving to Maine, you're not alone. But let's be honest, you probably saw something on Instagram like a cool looking lobster roll and you're like, I gotta move there. It happens. Before you do move here though, we're gonna give you questions that you might wanna sit down and ask yourself before you make the plunge of moving somewhere. So let's jump in. So first question you wanna ask yourself, and this is also a biggie, can you handle the winter? We get a lot of people that call us and say, hey, I wanna move to Maine and I'm from Georgia. And usually the first question out of my mouth is like, have you ever experienced like a real winter? If you have, great. If you haven't, you're gonna wanna make sure you can handle it. We've done some great videos about the winter in Maine, so definitely check those out. But average snowfall here, 50 to 110 inches of snow per year, depending on where you are in Maine. Temperatures, can dip to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Northern Maine, in the negative numbers, the deep negative numbers for a long stretch of time. Blizzards, shoveling your driveway, salt, rust to your cars, the whole thing. The whole thing has pros and cons. The pros are, it's really very, very beautiful. Like, I personally love snow, and if you watch this channel, well, you know that I love ice skating. I love being outside, and when it's snowing, nothing makes me happier. When it's like a blizzard outside, and you look out your window, it just looks super cool. So the landscapes are awesome. You also get lots of cool skiing, all sorts of fun stuff. Cozy winter vibes is what I'm all about. Now the cons, heating costs. It costs a lot to heat your house in the winter. And you gotta be mindful of that. Shorter days, so the sun's not out a whole lot at all. Driving in the snow, especially if you're coming up here from Georgia or something like that, you're not used to driving. And we up here, Mainers, like we joke that, that first snowfall that we have every year, you just got to really watch out because, the people are spinning around and all that kind of stuff. It's dangerous. So be careful. Can you handle the winter? That's the first question that you want to ask yourself. How do you feel about a slower pace of life? A lot of people that come up here from, again, I'm just blurting out places. Nothing against you guys in Boston or New York City. We love you. I love going to those places, but you guys are a little bit faster. All right. And so Maine, we're a little bit laid back for sure. And you want to be able to make sure that you can handle that. I will say, going back to the southern states though, the southern states are also a little laid back. So when they come up here, it's a little bit more their pace. But if you're talking about coming here from a city where it's a little more fast paced, you got to make sure that, you can handle that slower pace of life. Some pros are, less stress, friendly communities, a little bit more work-life balance up here for sure. Plus a lot of people up here are very entrepreneurially. That's a good word. The cons are fewer late night options for sure. Things take a little bit of time as well. Late night options is funny. Like when I moved here from Buffalo, New York, as a young man, we were all about the nightlife. Back in Buffalo, bars are open till 4 or 5 in the morning. Here, only 1 in the morning. That was kind of an adjustment when we came here. We're like, wait, it's last call? What the heck? We were just getting started. What's your job situation? Remote work has boomed here in Maine, and we've talked a lot about that in a lot of other videos. But you're gonna wanna research, the unemployment rate is around 3%, which is very low. Salaries tend to be lower than a lot of the major metro areas. Of course, cost of living is probably lower than those bigger cities too, so it could balance out. Maine's economy thrives on like healthcare, tourism, a lot of trades. So if you're needing a high paid corporate gig, opportunities are limited compared to like Boston and things like that. So the pros with job situation or scenario is, strong remote work community, booming trades. So there's a lot of options there. Cons could be lower salaries than what you're used to. But of course, make sure you're looking at the whole picture. What is your cost for housing and all that kind of stuff. Fewer job opportunities in the tech and finance worlds. But those are the pros and cons regarding job situation, moving here in Maine. Can you afford it? You don't want to just come here and they're like, oh crap, I'm broke. Maine's cost of living is mid-range, lower than Massachusetts, but higher than the national average in some areas. The median home price, statewide is $373,000. That's going to vary town by town and area by area. So depending on where you're looking, you're going to want to talk to a real estate broker about Southern Maine if that's what you're doing, and we can help you town by town. Yeah, okay, because that number can be pretty low in some areas, especially in Southern Maine. In Portland, it's closer to $500,000 or more. Property taxes aren't cheap. State has one of the highest property tax rates in New England at 1.3%. On average, it's town by town. That data comes from the Tax Foundation in 2023 numbers. But some pros there are it's more affordable than the big cities. You also get a great quality of life. Remember, if you can handle that slower pace, that's what you're getting devastating. Cons, again, property tax, heating cost, home prices are rising. You know, those are some of the cons that you're going to run into as far as affordability goes. Are you okay with wildlife? And surprisingly, we've done some videos on this and we've touched on wildlife here in Maine on like creatures and things like that. But Maine has moose, bears, fox, ungodly number of deer, not to mention ticks. Yes, Lyme disease. I think we've talked about that in previous videos. Check that out. But if you love nature, you're going to thrive. If you're not a fan of running into moose on your morning jog, well, that's something to consider. That can happen. Pros. It's amazing. The wildlife is amazing. If you embrace it and you love that, you're going to love it. It's a nature lover's paradise here, and we've talked a lot about that. The cons, ticks, occasional bear sightings. You know, rural living can mean unexpected animal encounters. If this video is helping you, I want to let you know, if you don't know already, I'm a real estate broker, and my team, the Make Maine Your Home team here at RE/MAX Oceanside, we cover most of southern Maine, and we would love to talk to you about your move to Maine. We can answer or help you answer a lot of these questions that we're talking about in this video, and we would be honored to help you out and find your next home here in Maine. So please reach out to us. All our contact information is in the description and all over our channel. So feel free to give me a call, send me an email, comment on this video. That might even be better. That actually helps us out a lot on YouTube if you comment. So comment, let's have a quick conversation. If it gets to something personal, we could take it offline and talk more that way. But we really appreciate you watching the videos and remind you that we are a real estate broker. We would be honored to help you out. Hey, come here. Hey, YouTube thinks you're going to like one of these videos. So click on it and let me know what you think. And remember, come back again soon because we do a video every Friday.